The Siouxland Washington Conference has been held every spring since 1954. That was the year I was born, so that's about 70 years ago. And it offers an opportunity for community leaders to go to the nation's capital to present regional priorities to members of Congress from the tri-state region. Joining me now to talk a little more about this is the Executive Vice President of the Siouxland Chamber of Commerce, Barb Sloniker. And Barb, tell me a little bit about what you think some of the priorities are this year that we're going to be talking to our congressional delegation about.
Well, I think it'll be no surprise that one of our biggest main priorities is the 185th and the replacement of the runway. Thickening that back in the early 2000s when we converted from the F-16 to the KC-135, we were promised that that runway would be reinforced. However, at the time, the war on terror took over and those monies were sort of held for that. So now we're saying let's fulfill the promise that was made 20-some years ago, and let's make that runway ready, for mission ready, because the 185th is around the world all the time in refueling missions, very important to our national defense. And we're saying it's time now to make good on that promise. Now,
these priorities like this that have been a priority for a number of years, how do you make that final push to get something to actually happen?
Well, I think it takes a lot. I mean, if you recall, we're lobbying three state senators, right? Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota, and also the members of Congress from those three states. So I think that helps in continuing to tell that story that, again, this is not an earmark, because those have an ugly mark for some of our people, right? This is a fulfillment of a promise that just never happened back in the day. And our 185th has been doing great. That's part of the problem, right? They are doing well without it, but in order to really be fully mission capable, they need to have that runway to the length and depth that it supports the KC-135.
And it's a large employer in our community.
They're a huge employer, and everyone is this is a very supportive of the military kind of community. So we're very happy to do that. It's economic development, if you will. As you say, they employ a lot of people. It's great to have them in the community because they're there. We have extra air fire protection at the airport should we need it. But other issues I should just mention, we also have the wastewater treatment plant. We all know we're replacing that. That's a huge lift financially for a community of our size, or any size really across the country. So we're saying if there's infrastructure money available out there to help communities with that, we'd like to take part in that. And then the other thing is workforce has always been a big thing. A lot of the things like impediments to workforce. If there's some way to help with child care assistance or housing, programs to work through housing. So those are our top three.
All right. Well, Barb Sloniker, thanks for joining us. Again, the trip to Washington takes place next Wednesday, the 30th through Thursday, May 1st. Thanks, Barb.
Thanks, Larry.
Back after this.